Hey everyone, I am back. Same dress, new me. No, I'm just kidding. But I am back with another video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like, if you feel called to. But today I'm just gonna put the statement out there and we'll go from here. Rejection is protection. So I already know this quote, and it's given me so much more like inner peace and calmness when things don't really go my way. And I say go my way because like sometimes our ego wants something that our inner being's like, that's not for you. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, like I'm sure everyone here has had a story where something was just so detrimental and so terrible in the moment, and not trying to like wash away your feelings because they do matter, but then you look back a year later like, that was actually a really positive thing for me. Like that person leaving my life actually made a difference in a positive way, and I'm a better person because of it. And you guys know what I'm talking about. So when something leaves your life or doesn't come to fruition or manifest, or you don't get the job, you don't get the girl, you don't get the guy, you think in the moment like, is it me? Could I have done something better? Why does the universe hate me? Like, why didn't this come into my life? Am I not worthy? Blah 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 blah. All these things were just like, dude, like the universe is, I saw 101 on the clock, the universe is protecting you from this because one, there are greater things, two, this is not something that's on your path, and three, the universe knows more about what you need than sometimes you do. And I'm going to be specific about my guides and my ancestors. And I think there's a lot of people in this world that have like a lot of things in their life that aren't good for them. And of course, it's like a mindset, vibrational frequency, what we need to heal past life. There's so many different facets of that. But I do believe that some people's ancestors and angels are like, okay, we have to sit back and allow them to come to us. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Because my guides and ancestors, they don't fucking play with me. And I feel like it makes me want to laugh sometimes because it's just like, ooh, awkward. I just feel like they're very much, I got a tarot reading the other day too, when they were like, your ancestors and guides are like strict parents with you, and they definitely are. And I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's just like they don't play with me. So anytime something needs to go, they fucking take it away from me. I think they give me a little bit of time to be like, all right, let's see how Nasha is gonna play this. And then they sit back and they're like, oh, she's still fucking with this person. Okay, what are we gonna do? And then they have like their little meeting, in the sky, and they're just like, okay, we're gonna have this situation happen, we're gonna make sure they do this to her, and then we're gonna take them away and blah blah blah, and cut the cord. So a lot of situations in my life have like come to a head or been like big blowouts or like dramatic situations, and I just feel like I'm the common denominator, and the universe is saying like, you need to realize like about certain things before we have to like put in the hand of God and just remove these people or situations or places from your life. And sometimes I'm just very naive, and I have certain things that I need to heal and work through when it comes to like boundaries and things like that, where I let things kind of go on. But I'm working through that, and I am getting so much better about like discernment and seeing things for what they are at earlier stages in my life. But yeah, so there's been situations where I definitely have been not really getting the point or the gist of it, and then the universe is like, all right, here it comes. And there's a situation with someone who I was going to prolong the relationship, like prolong it when it came to like our dynamic, and it was a previous roommate, and I was gonna like stay and be this type of like dynamic with them when there was like certain things that I noticed where it doesn't necessarily, I'm being super general because I don't want to like talk shit about anybody, but there's certain things that I noticed about this person, and I kind of like wasn't being real with myself about it. And also, you have to notice how you feel around certain people. It doesn't have to be a them thing, it could just be a you thing. Like, we're just not in vibrational alignment anymore, and that's okay. But a huge ridiculous fight happened over text between us, where it was just so out of nowhere for me, where I felt like this person like switched on me, but they didn't. It was just who they always were. It's just I'm just seeing it now, and being like aware of it because it's like literally in my face. And we haven't talked since, and it was like really sad, and it's just like, oh, I thought we were like gonna be friends for a little bit, and like, you know what I mean? But the situation came to a head, and the situation was hard to deal with, and I felt so drained afterwards. And since the person's left my life, I have peace, And I don't know, it just sucks because like my human ego self is like, oh, that sucks, like I don't want to lose people, but the universe is like going in my mouth and my brain like a puppet, and it's just like, Najee, like not everyone is for you, not everyone is going where you're going. I saw 515 on the clock, so I would look that up. Not everyone is for you, and there's people who are just going to be there for certain lessons and a reason in the moment. And I do think that we have a culture, and I myself am guilty of like the cutoff game, and you do one wrong thing to me, and I've been guilty of that, honestly, seriously. And then there's times where things are so like apparent and in your face that it's like, this is not exactly right for you anymore, and you have to be honest. So I'm off that tangent. What happened, and that person's out of my life, and I know it was purposeful, and I know it was to teach me certain things about like my communication style, my boundaries, what I need more in a relationship and in a friendship and a dynamic, and for anything, because interpersonal relationships are important, and you need to know what exactly you want so you can discern what you don't want, and that's why certain situations come up. So to really go to like the meat of this story is that I applied recently to a job that I was like, this is so for me. Like, it's traveling, it's going to Asia, which I really want to go to. That's on my vision board, which you guys should definitely make one. But it's just something that I was like, oh, I really, really want it, you know? And that excitement feeling, the nervous feelings, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like so cool. And it's like what I've done before, because I've done like hostel work in other countries, in Prague and Santorini. And yeah, I was like, I just have to get it. So, and then I had the interview, and it feels so good. Like, I'm shaking beforehand, but then I felt like the words were flowing, and it felt so authentic and raw, and it felt like a conversation, you know? And then I got the email, and I did not get the job. And I got the email when I was at work, and I was like, oh, that's so disappointing. But then weirdly, I had a sense of, how to explain it? Like acceptance and peace of it. So it was weird because I felt disappointed, but also at peace at the same time. And that's when I feel like our inner being is feeling what we're feeling before we feel it, if that makes sense. So our inner being is like, okay, like I'm calm about this because this wasn't for you. My higher self and my like knowing, my intuition, my gut was like, this isn't for you. And my ego is like, but I'm sad, I'm disappointed, I thought it was, you know? So that like a little bit of friction there where you're just a little bit confused about, should I be upset, should I not? I mean, feel all your feelings, but your higher self, your intuition, your inner being, your truth, your like true north compass, like in your gut, knows exactly what's for you. And there's like a story and a path that I cannot see yet at times, and there's certain things I can see for myself and that I feel like is part of my destiny and my future, but the universe I feel like has so many greater grandiose plans for me and for you as well. So the things that haven't worked out, remember, rejection is protection, and your guides and the universe and spirit is just asking you to be patient and calm and have faith and know that the things that are meant for you are coming to you, and the things that are not meant for you are being removed off your path. And if a certain job doesn't go through, or a certain relationship, like there's always better around the corner. It just seems right now that the world is falling, and you know what I mean, and things really suck, which, you know, could be true, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like when you're really trusting the universe, and when you're really in this idea of just like faith, then when those things fall off, you're like, okay, I know like it's for a grander purpose and picture. So yeah, I didn't get the job. That was disappointing, but I also understood that, okay, this is for a purpose. And there was something that happened in the interview, one of the job description portions of it, that turned off like a little like, I don't know if I'd always like that. Like, I don't know if that's something that I'd want. Like, they were saying I had to be on call like pretty much 24 hours a day, because I was leading a group of people like traveling throughout Asia, and me, like, I need my alone time, I need my space, I need my recharge time, and to be on call like at 2 in the morning if something happened, would I truly want that for like 4 or 5 months? And no, I wouldn't. So so that was like a little red flaggy. It was like a pink flag. So it was just something that I was just like, well, I would just accept it and go through it because it's like such amazing benefits and perks, and but not truly being honest with myself that maybe that's not all of what I want. So the universe is like, boop, nope. We're gonna take you out of that situation right now, and I'm gonna let it come to fruition. So that's what happened. And another thing that happened is that I was supposed to go to VidCon. I was really, really excited because I was like, I want to meet other YouTubers and I want to just be around like-minded people. And it just became like too expensive. I just got off the trip from Florida and I'm going on a cruise in like a week, and it didn't come to fruition, and I was really disappointed about it. And I still had hopes of going literally this week. I was like, oh, the money's gonna come, like I'm gonna shuffle things around, and it hasn't worked out. And if I was meant to be there, I would have been there, like in a seat at VidCon. And I can't see right now why I'm not there, because I'm still like in the disappointment stage of it. But the universe always puts me in places that I need to be. I'll give you another example. Last year, I was meant to, traveling as part of my purpose, guys, just want to let you know, and like part of my like legit past lives, like I know that for a fact. And last year, I really wanted to travel, and something happened where we went on a trip and they like double charged my card. So literally like I was like out like $1,000, and I was just like, am I gonna go? Like I literally have hotels booked. Like what the fuck am I supposed to do? This is what I really want. And it was like to Portugal and Spain and Greece of last year. And I was just like, fuck, this sucks. And 2 days before something, because it was a whole, I had to go to the claims department, call the hotel, all this crazy shit. And then like 2 days before, I got all the money back, boom. And I bought the plane ticket like 2 days before, and got like a adapter like a day before with my friend at CVS, and packed and blah blah blah, and everything just like happened. And the tickets were like still really low for whatever reason. Ticket over to Lisbon, and I flew Air France. And when I was on the flight, I got like a beautiful pasta dish, free glass of red wine. This person sitting in my seat ended up sitting with their like girlfriend, and I got the whole row to myself for a 9-hour flight on this beautiful plane. And I was so comfortable and calm, and I was so grateful and happy, and thank you so much, universe. And it just came to fruition. And things always come when you need it, and it comes when you want it, when you believe it. But also things are taken away because they're not for you. And so telling you an example of stories of things that like were taken away from me or never, you know, manifested for me, versus things that like came to me. It was just so serendipitous on that end. Another example is that I had an apartment that, I mean, with the roommate who I'm no longer friends with, but the apartment was so amazing. I manifested that. I wrote down I live by the beach in my journal, and I imagined myself living by the beach, but like in my future. And then the next apartment that I had was like 5 minutes to the beach. Like I could smell the ocean. And excuse me, I didn't have the money. It was COVID, lost my job. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I have to move in my apartment. I'm losing my apartment. And then I got like I needed $800, by the way, guys, to move in for my first month's just like rent. And I got an $800 refund check from the government, and didn't know that it was coming. It was random, and it was like 2 days before. I was like, fuck yes. So the universe always provides, because that apartment was meant for me, and traveling was meant for me. And when things are meant for me, the universe is always gonna just like provide me that. And then when things aren't necessarily meant for me, it's gonna be taken away, or the universe is gonna have to see if I'm like in vibrational alignment to receive it. But trust and believe. If you're in like a grind, in a pinch, and something is really meant for you, and the universe has your back in that moment, because they're like, okay, this is meant for her, it will come to fruition, and I promise you that. And just believing it more and more and more is how it will come more and more and more for you. So once again, rejection is protection. And anytime you feel a rejection, cringy moment, also, you can feel that, dude. Like, please feel it, because we don't want to suppress and, you know, repress emotions. That's so like, it feels so heavy. But when you think on the other side too, have like the other like devil's advocate. So let's say someone breaks up with you, and you're like, fuck, this fucking sucks. Like I'm in a spiral. Like I'm so upset. I'm so sad. It's over. But also on the other end, like, why was this taken away? Like, why? Abraham Hicks says, why this now? So why this now? And I'm sure if you sat there and just like had a moment of just stillness, your intuition would say clear as day why the fuck that needed to end, and then you can have more clarity. Not saying the sad emotions will go away, but having clarity about why something is gone from your life will, I think, definitely help with the healing process. So I'm definitely going to take my own advice about the VidCon situation and just meditate a little bit over it so I can have more clarity and peace about it. But I'm very, very much excited. This year is going to be so amazing. I have so many cool things coming up, and the universe is working for me, not against me. And I felt inspired to film these videos, and I know that YouTube is going to be so successful for me in the timing that is right for the universe and for me, and when I'm ready for it. So I'm just going to continue to just like live my purpose, have some fun, and just spread little sprinkles of knowledge around, you know, as I learn it. So I just want to say I love you all. I hope you're living your best lives today and spreading kindness to yourself and to others. Okay, love you so much. Bye.